That's all right. Good evening, boys and girls. Bear with me whilst I just switch my audio. It's late, as Knowlesy said in chat, or he's joining now, actually. He's just eating his dinner. Hello. Your mic's muted. You all right? Did you... You still can't hear you. It's on.
There.
just about. You're very quiet, but we can hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we go.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
good. Sorry, excuse my foul language. I was expecting that not to work.
All right. Good evening, everyone. I hope everyone's good. Hello, Duck. Hello, Svarush. I hope you're well. Hi, Celine.
Right, let's swap that over there. Let's get into Forge. Mate, I feel so fat.
Hello, everybody.
Did you just rush your dinner?
Oh, mate, did I? Yeah, I rushed my dinner.
You didn't have to, mate. You didn't have to.
I had chips, beans, and steak, or steak, chips, and
Babe.
beans.
When you go to KFC, will you get beans?
And
He is
like
not
Hazel's
listening.
trying to lose weight, and so she's reducing her portions. So I've just basically gone, right, I'm going to take your portion and put it on mine.
How does that for me?
Oh, I'm just like,
No, luckily it'll be a nice chilled game. Welcome in, boys and girls. Happy Sunday. Thank you for joining us. As I mentioned last week, this is the penultimate session before our break, like a mid.
Nosy, why are you to the side?
Because he's
Oh,
silly.
upside down.
He wants to be extra.
Yeah, we're doing good, Celine. Thank you.
special.
This is our mid-arc break after this session, so we can get ready for baby coming, and I can have a break and plan for the next part and avoid burnout. It's the main reason. As a result, it might be. There's a good chance it will be actually a shorter session than normal, depending on what this crazy bunch get up to. Excuse my phone. So yeah, just thought I'd give you fair warning. I don't know how long it'll go on for.
Dude,
What?
have you seen that new game that's just
What
come
new
out?
What new game?
It's called Worshippers of Cthulhu.
No. I'll have to check that out actually.
It's a strategy sim.
Really?
It looks really good.
Was it already out or?
It's out, yeah. It's just come out. It's like a. So you lead the cult of Cthulhu. Decide the fate of your followers. Perform eldritch rituals, and master the art of city building in a world where the line between sanity and madness blurs. Can you endure the horrors you unleash?
Sounds like being a parent.
A little bit. It looks really good.
I love Cthulhu games. They're so fun.
The Call of Cthulhu I was a bit disappointed in, to be fair.
Oh.
Celine says she may or may not already have it.
Ooh.
I didn't know
Are
it
you gonna
existed
see
till
it,
just now,
Celine?
so
Are we
It
going
come
to
out.
see that?
It come out today, or the 20th. Hang on, wait a minute. Come out on the 22nd of May. So yeah, literally this week.
yeah.
I probably won't have time to play it because I'll be playing
Dune.
2 weeks. Dune.
Yes, I have the days booked off the 5th and the 6th.
I've got the 5th, 6th, and the 9th and 10th off.
I don't work. I work Thursday, Friday, Sunday because of part-time. So I'll be at Chris's on the Saturday. I won't be streaming the Sunday because this is our last D&D game. So when I come home, I'll be streaming that. Might stream it. I also got Expedition 33. Expedition 33 is an amazing game.
It is.
I was thinking of streaming it, but I need to finish Rogue Trader and Dead Space before I consider streaming anything else.
Just
So-
jack off. Just jack off.
Dead Space.
Dead Space. Or play it with me, and we could just scream together.
It's very rare that I don't complete a game, and it would annoy me if I didn't complete it. So that's my plan.
I feel you. I feel you.
Right. So, last we left off, you lot had pretty much saved Plougmere from the machinations of House Vale, and were making your way to Stonebridge. You got waylaid, and realised that the group that were after you were, well, the group that waylaid you were looking for you specifically. You made short work of them, which irritated the fuck out of me. 'Cause you don't like mages very much.
Who's that?
And then continued on your journey. What's that? Is that
Who's that?
Gandalf?
Oh, who's that?
That's a cat.
Cat.
No, who am I
Cat.
pointing to?
Who is that?
What the fuck
Wave your
is
hand.
that?
Is that my reflection?
Ah!
It's Grumpyception.
That's weird.
I
Oh,
was gonna
that's
say
really weird.
Sniggle,
Let's
but
get over. Sorry, I got easily distracted.
Is that a reflection? What is that?
It's
It's
Mount
got
Doom.
plastic over it, so it's shiny.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like an album cover.
No, it's canvas.
Sick as
Nice.
fuck.
No, I'm a big nerd. All right.
Yeah, that's fair
I
enough.
think all of us. It's safe to say all of us are.
I
We're sitting here on Sunday playing D&D. Like,
I love my Lord of the Rings. All right.
Speak for yourself, nerds.
Big fan. Big fan.
oh, we watched Lord of the Rings the other day, and it doesn't
Oh.
matter how many times I watch it, I still sob every time Gandalf falls.
Yeah.
I did. I was like, I started crying so hard, and I looked at Ty, and I was like, I don't know why. I do it every time, and I know he's okay.
Oh
So
dear.
stupid.
Hazel always just tries to guess. Like when she first watched Lord of the Rings, she goes, "He's going to come back to life, isn't he?" And I was like, "Don't fucking don't ruin it. I don't want to tell you." And she goes, "Just tell me."
Tom always ruins stuff like that. He always guesses the plot twist like not even halfway through, and that really annoys me.
Sorry, but stop watching films that are obvious.
Sometimes they're not though. That's the thing, and you still
but
get
then
it.
It makes it even better when you get it right. If it's not obvious.
Yeah.
You're like, "Fuck it."
It is obvious. What was the one we watched? It was Truth or Dare. And
Yeah.
towards the end, I was like, if that was me, I'd just put it on YouTube and get everyone in the game. And then that's exactly what happened. I was like, it's
Oh
just,
my
it's
God.
obvious. I just look at it what I would do in a situation like that. So, yeah.
I'm waiting for. I'm looking forward to watching Final Destination.
Oh, the new one does look quite good, yeah. I
Did you
watched
see the marketing for it.
Marketing looks awesome.
a lot on the back of log lorries.
Back of log lorries.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
Oh yeah.
That's so funny.
It's
What we watched last
fantastic.
night, Until Dawn. I
Is that
watched
any good?
I quite enjoyed it. Chrissy fell asleep, but you know, when she's
I
tired,
enjoyed it
Chrissy,
until I fell asleep.
Chrissy would fall
The game
asleep
is
through
fun.
World War Three.
Yeah.
It's based on the game. I never played the game, but I've
Mm.
seen bits
Game
of it,
is
and
fun.
it's pretty accurate to the game. But I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a good film, faithful. Even if you're not a fan of the game or never played it, you'd probably enjoy the film if you like horror movies.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I love it.
It was good. It's a good twist on the whole repeating.
Yeah.
day.
La 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 la. Don't tell me because I haven't finished watching it yet.
Repeating day. You knew about that bit.
Oh yeah. I'm
Yeah.
gonna watch the rest of that tonight.
Also watching Mobland. Mobland is
My dad says that's really good. Is that the one with
It's
Pierce Brosnan? in it?
fucking awesome. Yes.
Yeah, he says it's
Pierce
really good.
Brosnan, Helen Mirren,
Yeah.
and Tom Hardy.
Yeah. I mean,
It's
He-
fantastic.
he's really into it, and he kept,
Yeah,
kept
Tom
banging on
Hardy.
about it. And I thought, if it can hold the attention of a grumpy 72-year-old bloke, then
I'll watch anything that has Tom Hardy.
Tom
in it.
Hardy, absolute hunk of a man.
Oh, he's so hot.
I'm seriously,
Fuck, he's
in this
so
film,
hot.
this film, it will have. Well, sorry, this TV series, he will have you drooling.
Oh my
Yeah,
god,
he
has
models
me
his look
drooling
after me.
anyway.
No, but even more.
I kind of
Oh,
prefer the
man.
rounder man, if I'm honest.
He is
Oh,
round.
Is he round?
He
No,
looks
So
round.
hot.
Dude, he's fucking. He looks
You
round.
mean chunky like me?
He is. He looks round in Mobland.
Does he?
He's a fucking hard bastard. That's what he is. No, genuinely. He plays the character so well. And Helen Mirren, what an actress.
After
She's
watching
pretty good, she is.
Legend,
Mm.
Oh,
where he plays
Oh, I
both,
love
both of the
Legend.
Krays,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my
Ty
God,
is
brilliant.
playing
that
that.
was
right
very
now.
very.
That's why he's not.
He should have won a
talking to
fucking
me,
Oscar for that.
is because he's playing that
Yeah.
right now. I don't
He
know.
should've.
I don't know if I can get it over there. No, I
What's he
can't get
doing?
it over there. He's playing Expedition 33.
Yeah, it's so
very
good.
very good film.
So
Game,
good.
Sorry. Yes, I was impressed with that. That kind of slipped in under the radar as well, which was.
Legend was brilliant.
Legend's fantastic.
Yeah, he plays both so well, and you could almost think it was two different people playing.
Exactly,
Their
yeah.
Personalities are so different, but
Yeah,
it's very very good film. And obviously Venom.
Venom's good.
Yes.
So good.
He's a hunk of a man.
He's so fucking hot.
Yeah, he's quite
Oh my
underrated. as well.
god.
If I was gay,
Oh, same.
I'd have him for breakfast.
You
If I
were
were,
gay,
if I were a dude and I was gay, Tom Hardy.
So you know, I think he's I don't think he's come out, but he's quite fluid with his sexuality apparently.
So
But-
Okay.
there's hope for us yet,
Man.
There's hope for us yet.
It's better
So,
than all of
hey,
this.
Welcome to our film
Man.
and TV review channel.
Yeah, the fucking shit.
we got tiny bit distracted.
Under the guise of Dungeons and Dragons.
There's not like many famous men that I'll drool over like that, but man, Tom Hardy is
Tom Hardy and King Charles is
I
for
get
you.
a
innit?
full on boner when I see him.
King Charles. the fuck?
No, Tom Hardy.
No.
No, Tom Hardy. Not fucking King Charles. King fucking Charles.
I think he said Prince Charles then.
I'll go full limp when I see him.
Ew. Yeah.
I bet he does when he sees Camilla.
Oh.
Ugh.
I've just been demonetized. Right.
Were you not before?
Unless some
I
of the
wanna
things we've
know.
spoken about in the past. Anyway, back to why we're here. Dune. What a great game. I'm looking really for. Right, so after your encounter with your ambush, you spent the next day traveling, and as you made camp, you were approached by your good pal, Lyris, an agent of the Silent Accord, who made you a offer that if you handed over all the evidence and information you've collected from the House Vale operations in and around Plougmere, the Silent Accord would assist you in entering Stonebridge. She also gave you a warning that the South Gate, which is the closest gate, and the path between Plougmere and Stonebridge leads straight to the South Gate, is very well guarded by House Vale's own enforcement unit, police force, if you will, called the Gilded Mantle, and that you are wanted. And
Yeah.
you agreed. So she handed over a stone and instructions on what to do with it when you reached the East Gate, which for some reason is on the west side of this town. It's just called the East Gate. 'Cause-
Yeah.
yeah. For unknown reasons. Well, the real reason is I made a mistake.
Oh.
But it doesn't matter. They call it, the townsfolk call it the East Gate, but it's on the west side.
Maybe it used to be the East Gate and now it's the West Gate.
Maybe they just they were holding the compass upside down when they named it.
Yeah.
Or the map was the wrong way around, and they were like, "There's the East Gate," and they were like, "Oh shit." Ah, never mind. Everyone's calling it that now.
Yeah, it's like here we've got a couple of bridges that go over rivers, and we call it the old bridge and the new bridge. They're not actually called that, but we will forever call it that, no matter what.
Yeah.
And
Like-
they're replacing one of them, so.
Bit like, everyone in this country refers to the Prime Minister as cunt, but that's not his real name.
Right.
Not quite sure what his real name is, but yeah.
Cunt.
Well, it's
Cunt,
better
yeah.
than Orange Man,
Cunt Starmer.
Both-
Dorito guy,
I
Cheeto
know.
Man.
If Trump just ran up to someone and just clapped him around the head and it come up with "You've been tangoed," it would be perfect.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh man, what a piece of shit guy he is.
Anyway, we digress. Right. Are you guys ready?
Always.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm.
Right. So, after Lewis's visit, and she gives you the stone, she departs, and you lot bed down for the night. You take a long rest. Not that you took any damage, but it counts as a long rest anyway.
Yeah.
So, you awaken on the morning of the third day of your 4-day journey to Stonebridge. So, so the morning dawns cold and grey. As you break camp, continue your journey north. The weight of last night's encounter with Lyris Val lingers. The knowledge that House Vale is actively hunting you is a grim certainty, but the Accord's offer of aid and the price of their assistance brings its own set of questions. The path ahead towards Stonebridge feels more perilous, yet also more complex than simple flight. So, you are moving through. Can you all see that?
That looks like my backyard.
It actually is your backyard. I got Tibor to take photos for me.
Thank you. Thank you for your service, Tibor. I knew that stocking would come in handy someday.
Okay, so the track is quite muddied. The
Yeah.
woods are quiet, peaceful. It's a bit damp, a bit mist in the air. As I said, it was a cold and grey morning. As you progress northwards, Paraniti, I'm not sure if you remember the whispers that you were hearing over the last couple of days. I did
I
mention
heard
them.
them, but did not hear what was being said, and Shadow didn't understand it either.
Well, the faint whispers you've been hearing at the edge of your mind seem to gain a subtle clarity this morning. They're still indistinct, but the mix of emotions, the calling, the disapproval, the urgency, it feels more potent, more directed, as if homing in on you. And Shadow stays unusually close to your side.
Aww.
Several times he stops, his head cocked, bristling almost imperceptibly. His telepathic link with you feels charged, like a constant low thrum of alertness mixed with a deep instinctual anxiety. He still can't fully articulate it.
Oh.
Is there anything you want to talk about on the way? Or do?
Who, me?
All of you.
Well, I do think that this is a good time to say that we should be as discreet as possible when going into the larger cities, because from what it sounds like, all of us have a chance of being recognized in some way, shape, or form, and we really don't want that to happen because we don't want to draw attention to ourselves.
Agreed.
Yeah. I've got disguise self, so I can disguise myself if I need to go into the town to do any kind of like discreet things and not be, noticed. But we should probably keep our hoods up.
I'll pretend to be a female dwarf.
Okay.
You can't differentiate the two of us.
No, they're almost the same, yeah. Sometimes I got you confused with your sister.
Shit. I need to address that.
I don't even know if you have a sister.
Romlina. But
No, that's
female,
just his
female
weakness
dwarfs have beards as
disguised.
well, so
Bad.
the only dwarfs can tell male and female apart, and they're not telling how they know.
Yeah.
It would,
Wow.
I don't know, the only time I've seen female dwarfs depicted would be Dragon Age Origins, and they look horrifying.
Don't talk to about my sister like that. She's a very lovely lady.
I'm a lady.
Yeah.
It's the only gay in the village. Maybe you'll get to meet Romlina when you eventually reach Durkos Forge.
Her name's
Maybe.
Gertrude, thank you.
Gertrude. What a handsome name.
Quite a gym, really. I met her once or twice. Gertrude.
Damn. I'm adding that to your background.
Gertrude.
Fucking
Oh,
Gertrude.
man.
Hello, Megami.
Hey, Megs.
Hi.
Apparently Gertrude has got a urine infection because she pisses and everything.
She cocks her leg and everything.
This is a family trait.
Oh my god.
Okay. Which one of you has the stone that Lyris passed over, by the way?
I'm pretty
I
sure Miranda
imagine-
had it.
Yeah, she probably would have handed it to me.
They're not dead yet, mate, but the day is young.
Pardon me.
Jesus, that was an attack.
That was a double burp. That's impressive. A little frog going on, ribbiting away. So Gwen has the stone.
I do have the stone, unfortunately.
Okay.
Oh, that reminds me. I need to take my Yakult.
Do you need to do anything with the stone?
Give it a good rub.
Keep it in my pocket and safe until we get to the gate.
Yeah, no, I was just asking if you wanted to do anything with it. Like, have a look at it. Or...
Inspect it.
Yeah, we can inspect it to see if I can like determine anything about it. Like it might just be a rock with an eye on it. Like I don't know.
Yeah. What do you want to? What are you looking for if you inspect?
I want to see if there's anything more to it, or if it is just a rock with an eye on it. Like maybe this is just like some sort of like symbol or like key to let them know that like we're coming in with whoever, or is there something more to this? Like am I like unknowingly delivering this like thing to someone? Like whatever this thing might be.
Make an Arcana check.
Okay.
You're probably the best one to do this anyway. Although Romlin, with his wild magic, may have been able to check it. It is not magical in nature, as far as you can tell, using all of your arcane knowledge. It's mundane, and with that roll, I'll save you rolling an investigation check. It's just got an etched eye. It is just a river stone. It's very pretty. It would probably be good for stone skipping across a lake, but it is just a stone with an eye etched onto it that is almost. If you didn't know it was there, you wouldn't notice it. It's just like a normal stone, and when the light catches it, you can see the eye
so it's inconspicuous for a reason.
Absolutely. So it could just pass off as maybe a
A rock.
stone you've seen and you've just picked it up and put it in your pocket.
Yeah.
That's
We
what
must-
people do.
Can I pick up other rocks to try to like make it just seem like I have rocks?
Make an investigation check.
Okay.
But you're not in a particularly rocky area at the minute, so
Okay.
okay. So you've got weighted dice and rolling 16s all the time. Yeah, you can find some stones along the path. They're muddy, but yeah, if you stop and use a bit of water from your canteen, you can get most of the mud off. They're not as smooth as this. They're not river stones, but
Right.
you feel confident that if you get 5 or 6 of them, that you've just got a collection of what looks like stones.
Okay.
So any casual, if you were stopped and searched, for example, they might just think you're a bit of a strange person that collects stones.
I
Pretty
do
stones
like
that you
rocks.
found, just look, that's an interesting stone. Put it in your pocket, like some people do.
I do actually have some rocks that I collect.
There you go.
They're right there. I keep them in a thing right there.
Have you got Rock Lobster?
I don't know.
Good,
Hold
good
on.
tune.
It's a good tune.
Does anyone have a sling on them?
Rock Lobster.
I've got these rocks.
Are they like crystals?
Yeah, I guess
Crystals.
so. Well, technically they're Tessa's. Tessa likes rocks a lot. She picks them up and keeps them in her pockets, and we're constantly finding rocks in our washing machine.
Has she got a sling?
Probably.
Maybe
I
she's
wouldn't
off
doubt it.
fighting giants when you're not
This
looking.
one's cute because it's like a pink color. It's very pretty.
Right, does any of the characters have a sling in their character?
Yeah, I do. I do have a
Okay,
sling.
so you feel confident that you could possibly pass these off as slingshot ammunition.
Right. Okay.
They're not as rounded as true slingshot ammunition, but
I don't know. If I lodge that into somebody's eye, I'd probably fucking hurt.
absolutely. I mean,
Yeah.
the shot for a slingshot is usually sort of tailor-made specifically for it, so they're very rounded. But at a push, stones will do. So
Yeah.
you feel confident that you could pass it off.
Okay. So it won't seem weird that I just have this fucking rock with an eye on it.
They'd only find the eye if they're looking for it, I suppose.
Yeah, right. Because it's
Right.
very subtle.
If someone was to sort of search you and find a bag of stones, the fact that you've got a sling means that,
Oh,
if
I'm
you
just...
had to pass it off and they questioned you about it, you may have
Well,
a
but-
plausible explanation.
But I've been walking in the middle of fucking nowhere for the last 5 days. Like, just that's all I can find.
Yeah. Yeah, no
Right.
problem. So, by about midday, you find yourselves on a relatively quiet journey. You pause for a brief rest in a small sun-dappled clearing off the main track, where the trees stand tall and silent. The normal sounds of the forest, birdsong, the rustle of unseen creatures, seem to have momentarily faded, creating an almost preternatural stillness. In this quiet, a faint silvery glow suddenly appears along Shadow's fur, like the shimmer of moonlight caught in motion. Shadow communicates a single thought to Paraniti, sharp with alarm. They're here! Before you can react to his warning, the world around you seems to blur.
What the fuck?
Oh, it's so pretty!
Before you start moving around, because I know what you look like.
Oh, we like exploring.
Yeah.
It'll just be like everywhere. Yeah. Oh no.
So yes, before you can react to his warning, the world around you seems to blur. The familiar sounds of the forest warp into strange, discordant echoes. The air grows thick and heavy, carrying the impossible scent of moonlight, damp earth, and unknown cloying blossoms. The very ground beneath your feet feels unfixed or shifting.
Oh,
The familiar trees on the path and the clearing where you are resting dissolve like mist. In their place, the otherworldly glade coalesces around you. You are no longer where you just stood. Towering trees stretch impossibly high, their bark shimmering faintly as though carved from moonlight. Their leaves glow faintly silver, casting dappled light across a glade that feels both ancient and strangely immediate. The ground is blanketed with soft, deep green moss, but faint shadows seem to dance across its surface, as if alive and untethered to any object. The air
not dark,
hums.
though.
Sorry?
Oh, sorry, I was talking to Lexi.
The air hums with latent power, thick with the scent of ozone and wild magic. You feel that you're in a place between worlds.
Oh no, we're in purgatory.
Hi, Sandwich. I can see you.
Oh, feeling so cute.
The air shifts, warping like heat haze, but cold to the touch. 3 figures coalesce from the light and shadow at the centre of the glade.
Ooh, what's that? Oh shit. Oh fuck. Oh shit. Oh no, I'm not ready to fight a fae.
One possesses the ancient majesty of the forest itself, tall with skin like rich bark, hair woven from living leaves and dotted with emerald moss. Her eyes hold the deep, unyielding wisdom of millennia.
Wow.
The second shimmers with contained energy, clad in armour that seems crafted from solidified moonlight and shifting constellations. Their bearing is noble, features sharp and classically elven, eyes bright with keen intelligence, and perhaps a hint of curiosity. Between them stands the third, initially appearing as a swirling globe of soft golden light. The light coalesces, forming into a humanoid shape wreathed in shimmering radiance, beautiful yet imposing, carrying an aura of profound judgment and calm power. Their voices echo simultaneously in your minds, a chorus of nature, starlight, and judgment. Lord Phalorn, your presence here, bound to this mortal, it is an imbalance, an unsanctioned conduit. It resonates with the turmoil of this realm. The courts have been alerted. An accounting is required. So, could all of you make nature or history checks for me? Okay, so I'll take that as a group one. So, the one that has got skin like rich bark, her hair woven from living leaves, you guys recognize as a dryad. But this one radiates an aura of power that is almost overwhelming. You hear Paraniti. You don't recognize the other one on the other side, the one that's glowing blue. But all of you hear Shadow's thoughts. And he's not really speaking, he's sort of... It's more of a sense of the identifying. So you have the Dryad Elder, an Eladrin Knight, and a Gale Arbiter.
Who? What?
What one? The last one.
What? I don't know what you're talking about.
Shadow's identified the 3 figures in front of you.
Oh.
The Dryad Elder, an Eladrin Knight, and a Gale Arbiter. And he seems very fearful of the Arbiter.
Aww.
And the Arbiter is the one that spoke when you heard the courts have been alerted and accounting is required. It's at this point that the Dryad Elder steps forward slightly, her gaze severe upon Paraniti and Shadow. And she's addressing Shadow. Your bond with this mortal, and she gestures dismissively at Paraniti, this unsanctioned conduit violates the ancient laws. It bleeds our realm's essence, and worse, acts as a pathway. The chaotic surge from the old stones you disturbed, its echo fouled the Feywild. We felt it, just as we felt the taint of the Ethereans fall, echo through the ages. Arrogant fools who tore through the fabric of reality with their metal gods and suns in bottles. Their fall unleashed horrors that scarred the Feywild for millennia, weakening the barriers between all worlds. This bond, it is the same hubris, inviting another cataclysm. The Eldrin Knight counters, turning slightly towards the Arbiter. Yet, the bond endured that chaotic surge. It did not shatter. The question before the courts now, Phalon, is this. Is your bond an uncontrolled danger, a repeat of Etherean folly? Or is it something else? Something necessary, perhaps, for the imbalance that grows beyond this glade? The breaking of the ancient seals, Zurakan's prison weakening. These are greater concerns. The Dryad Elder is now facing the Eldrin Knight. Irrelevant. The law forbids such anchors. The risk is too great. The bond must be undone. The Arbiter holds up a hand, silencing the other two. Its voice, clear and resonant, cuts through the tension. The transgression is noted. The potential consequences acknowledged. The courts are divided. Therefore, judgment requires perspective. It turns its radiant gaze to yourselves. Before a test of strength, a test of understanding. Answer the court's queries regarding this bond, that we may gauge its nature and your awareness. You who share this bond, he gazes at Paraniti, and you who stand with them, and his gaze falls upon the rest of you. You may speak. Present your case. Why should this bond, formed outside law and tested by chaos, be allowed to persist? Convince us of its merit, its necessity, or its controllable nature. Know that your words will be weighed. You may use your arguments, your knowledge of the ways of magic and nature, your insights into our concerns, even your history, should it bear relevance, but choose your words carefully. 3 compelling arguments may sway the balance. 3 failings may seal your fate.
Oh, fuck. I'm not going first.
It's not a question of going first, but because the questions will be posed to you as a group. So just remember his words. So when he asks the questions. So he says, speak to the purpose of this union. Is it mere mortal sentiment, a fleeting attachment, or does this bond serve a greater design? Perhaps aligning with the balance of the wild you rangers claim to protect. Justify its intent. So,
Okay.
How do you justify the bond? Now, any of you can answer this, but obviously this is about Shadow. And if you were listening close, you may have realised that Shadow isn't his actual name. Because they did address him by a different name.
Lord Phalon.
Lord Phalon.
Aww.
He's a special guy.
He is indeed.
Aww.
So, how would you justify the bond's intent to these ancient beings, the bond between Paraniti and Shadow? What is its true purpose in your eyes, and how would you convey that? Anyone can chime in. That's as much help as you're going to get. You tell me what you want to say, and I will give you the relevant check for it. 3 questions. This is the first.
What was the question?
I'll read it again. So it's the Arbiter asking, speak to the purpose of this union between you and Shadow. Is it mere mortal sentiment, a fleeting attachment, or does this bond serve a greater design, perhaps aligning with the balance of the wild you Rangers claim to protect? Justify its intent. So, yeah, how do you justify the bond's intent between to these people? What's the purpose of the bond as far as you're concerned?
Doesn't have a purpose as far as I'm concerned. I met him when I was young.
Right.
He stayed by my side since then.
So you'd say it's about what, like loyalty, companionship?
Yeah, companionship and loyalty. He wanted to protect me when I was, roaming the wild on my own.
And that's how you see the bond between you, like its use, the whole point of the bond between you. Is that how you see it?
He cares for me and I care for him, yeah. Loyalty and companionship. Trust.
Okay. And that's how you... Thanks, Megami. That's how you're going to phrase it, yeah?
Yep.
Okay. Let's go persuasion check for me. Who wants to make that? It could be any of you.
Not me.
My persuasion's +8.
Okay, give me a second.
I say
Okay.
Gwen should do it.
Fucking hell.
Hmm.
That's a fail. Jesus Christ, I don't even know why I asked you to roll. The Arbiter nods to you as your group as a whole. Your heartfelt words about loyalty, companionship forged through shared trials, even a destiny intertwined, resonate unexpectedly. The Eladrin's night's usually stoic features soften almost imperceptibly, while the Arbiter's light seems to pulse with a brief warmth, acknowledging the genuine depth of the connection you describe. So, and you get the feeling that that was an acceptable answer. So, the Arbiter stands tall. The second query. This bond acts as a conduit, drawing energy between realms. Energy is tested by the recent chaotic surge you encountered. How will you control this flow? What assurances can you offer that this anchor will not bleed further chaos into the Feywild or draw unwanted attention from it.
Say that one more time. I'm so sorry.
It's all right. This bond acts as a conduit, drawing energy between realms. Energies tested by the recent chaotic surge you encountered. How will you control this flow? What assurances can you offer that this anchor will not bleed further chaos into the Feywild or draw unwanted attention from it? So, the Fey are concerned that this bond as a sort of uncontrolled conduit of energy, power. So how would you assure them of its stability or your ability to manage its energies?
Manage what's energies?
So they're worried that the sort of shadow being with you and out of the Feywild is because he has a connection to the Feywild at all times. That's his realm. So it's created an uncontrolled conduit, if you will, between the prime material plane where you lot live and the Feywild. So there is uncontrolled energy, magic, chaotic energy flowing through this conduit, the conduit that shouldn't be there. So what they're asking is, how do you assure them of its stability or lacking stability, your ability to manage its energies? What would you do? How could you reassure them that this isn't going to be a problem?
Well, no, there was a conduit or whatever.
Right. So, if now that you do, what would you do or say to them to assure them that this isn't going to be a problem?
Apologies.
That's all right.
My nan phoned me.
Is she all right?
Yeah, she's having some trouble with some technology, and she was telling me, it's been really busy today. Oh, actually, no, all of this week. All right. So, my nan's 85, my granddad's 91. Well, 91 next month. And they're like, oh, yeah, we've put curtains up, we've done this. And I'm like, fucking hell, just call me. I'll come round and sort it out. You know, you're too old. Too old to be doing shit like that.
They're old school. Yeah,
they are old school. But we feel like we're bothering you. I'm like, no, you're fucking not.
Yeah.
I'd rather you bother me than me have to fucking take you to hospital or run up to hospital and go, oh yeah, Granddad's falling off the stool, putting up curtains, and he's broken his hip.
Right. We've got an ad break coming up, and I really need a wee, so we're going to take a quick 3-minute break. I'll let you three discuss what you want to do about this current question. You might want to fill Romlin in on what just happened.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah,
Back in a minute, just to run the ad. Welcome back. Sorry about the slight delay.
Did you have a nice wee?
I did. I was just reading my notes.
It's such a weird way to say that.
I'm so used to talking to my daughter. Not saying that. But
Pee-pee.
Do you need a wee?
Did you have a
Do
nice
you need a
wee?
wee?
Okay. So, have you decided what you want to do?
Yeah. So what I've suggested is maybe some kind of what did I call it? Binding.
Like some kind of
Seal.
like a seal or like something that we can do to protect the connection between the Fey world.
Shielding the flow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the way I kind of worded it,
And
was
then
like a
also
VPN.
ensuring that we would never draw upon that for mortal purposes ever.
Okay.
Yeah. The connection between the Paraniti and Shadow is It's
between
just
them.
that.
Yeah.
We as allies are, neutral. We're not going to.
Yeah, we don't have any purpose for that, but
No.
I don't think that Paraniti would draw from that for any reason ever anyway, unless like if anything was, it would be a shadow sort of situation.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I will need an Arcana check. Who would like to make it?
I've got really bad Arcana.
I've got just +1
Negative
Arcana.
one. I mean, you've been getting some stonking rolls, Gwen.
I don't know.
Full Shadow has his +1.
What
about
does
yourself?
Paraniti have?
Fucking 0.
Go for Gwen.
Megami has a +9.
Shut up.
Right, we go for Gwen.
Yeah.
Okay.
My luck's gonna run out eventually.
Well, maybe chat will be kind enough to drop you a reroll.
Maybe.
I've got enough tokens for it.
I do too. By for everyone forever for every roll.
Yeah.
Oh god. Okay.
I should actually ban players from doing
Oh,
it.
look at that! Look
Okay.
at that!
I didn't
A
make a
marsh.
fourth roll. Okay.
Nice.
The response is: you speak of resonant fields, sympathetic magic, and the potential for focused will to act as a regulator, perhaps suggesting methods for grounding or shielding the flow. While basic to these beings, your grasp of arcane principles demonstrates forethought. The Eldrin Knight acknowledges a rudimentary framework, but preferable to ignorance. So he seems quite happy with that, with your explanation.
Jolly good.
Although it was sort of like, oh, there you go.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Rush.
Thanks, Farush. Yeah, so they're basically acknowledging that you don't really know what you're doing, but that you're prepared to try. They're
Yeah.
okay.
We'll do our best, bud.
So the Arbiter, you feel like at this point, it's not really daylight or darkness. It's a really weird sort of shifting version of the two. Sometimes it's dark, sometimes it's light. But there's a sudden, not even visual, more of a sense of seriousness that pulses out from the Arbiter in the center. It's like, and now the third query. This world faces gathering shadows. The legacy of Etherean arrogance echoes in the weakening seals, and ancient evils like Zurakan stir once more. Against these real and present dangers, justify this bond. Does its unique nature strengthen the forces that stand against the encroaching darkness? Or does it merely add another unpredictable surge, risking further chaos in a world already struggling for balance?
Fucking hell.
I hope you're taking notes.
I got one with one sentence of that whole thing.
Do you want me to read it again?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. This world faces gathering shadows.
That's the sentence I got.
The legacy of Etherean arrogance echoes in the weakening seals, and ancient evils like Zurakan stir once more. Against these real and present dangers, justify this bond. Does its unique nature strengthen the forces that stand against the encroaching darkness? Or does it merely add another unpredictable surge, risking further chaos in a world already struggling for balance?
It benefits. It benefits.
So,
Well, I think that it would because I think that maybe you have to consider the nature of the bond, because if it were here for a not pure and not good purpose, then maybe it would go towards the evil side. But since it's here from like a good and like positive light, that it would lead to the side of helping rather than hurting,
okay, so
because of the intention of it.
Can they not sense?
We're
It's
on
not
trial,
about-
dude.
yeah, this is a trial, and you've basically got the dude in the middle is like the judge, if you will. He's a neutral party. So you've got the purple person, who's a Dryad Elder. So the court of the Fae is the ruling body of the Feywild, right?
Right.
And the court is divided over Shadow's bond with Paraniti. So
Uh-huh.
the Elder Dryad, the purple, is against the bond. The blue, is an Eldrin Knight, is for it. Now, because they're divided and they can't reach a consensus, you have a neutral party in the middle.
Right.
So the Gale Arbiter. Now, Gales are celestial beings. They're not from the Feywild at all.
They pulled on the Supreme Court, dude.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Ding ding.
Yeah.
This is like, Shadow is like, he's not speaking, but you just get the impression this is fucking serious.
This is big boy
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, this is, yeah. And the amount of information they've just dropped. You've heard of the Ethereans, obviously.
Uh-huh.
But the weakening seals, Zurakan stirring once more, and these are real and present dangers, are perhaps information that you might not have had, but they're assuming that you do. So they basically see the bond between Paraniti and Shadow. They're looking at it against the backdrop of cosmic dangers and past calamities. So you need to convince them it's an asset, not another liability, in the face of threats like Zurakan and
Right.
the legacy of the Ethereans and the fall.
Well,
It never has been before.
Well, can we not present what we've done for both?
can we allow them to view our history to show that we're using it, or that it's being pulled on by the positive side of it? That we're trying to come, like what we did with trying to take down Kaldor, because I imagine that has something to do with it. So, I mean, can we let them sense our history, our intentions, so that they can visually see it? Or, I mean, because, okay, so think about it like this, right? Because as far as I know, magic calls to magic, right? And if you have dark magic pulls to dark magic. If you've got light magic pulls to dark or to light magic. So because of the nature of it, with this being a light bond, and it's not there for evil or bad purposes, and none of us are using this for anything bad, then it's going to pull for the light side of it, and it's going to help for the cause against these evils rather than for it.
Right.
Can we not also...
Paraniti, you're being very quiet. What do you think?
I'm just looking at Shadow and his like cute little wet nose. I feel bad for him.
Baby Kurt?
No, I didn't. Because I'm in the middle of kind of an intense interrogation by a celestial being, so...
Can we not show them the interaction that we had with the Fey creatures?
I'm a
in
celestial
Greenland?
being.
What? They
Can we
don't
not-
have beans, do they?
KFC didn't have beans either.
Oh.
You still haven't read the text.
No, I haven't, because I'm looking at you. Hold on.
Am I very quiet still?
Right, now I can hear you.
No,
sorry.
you're right.
Oh, why were you arguing with them?
I wasn't arguing with them.
Were
Right,
they?
so-
Oh, they were.
Read that?
So-
I
again-
glanced over it. I'm in the middle of something. Oh my god, hold on.
Yes, sir. Is that again, Roland?
I said, can we not show them or kind of explain to them our interaction with the Fey beings in Green Glen? Yeah, they came out. We were very nice to them. It was a very positive encounter. We never tried to manipulate or pose any risk to them. Yeah, I think if we wanted to manipulate the connection between Shadow and Paraniti, surely we would have seen an opportunity, to utilize those fey creatures and maybe manipulate them in some way. Not that we would, because we didn't. But had we
Okay.
wanted to, that there was an opportunity there, right?
Yeah, okay. Baby?
Yeah, and nothing we've ever done before has ever been a problem.
That
No.
you know of.
Like Like, yeah. So why would it now?
And everything we've done so up until now with Shadow has not been a there's been no sign of manipulation or negativity.
So you'd argue that your actions, and so the bond in general between Paranite and Shadow is an asset because of the way it's been used has not been for evil or negative purposes.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't
Definitely
even say
not. No.
I wouldn't even say it'd be used. We're not using Shadow in any way. What they've got is true friendship.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
There is no
Obviously,
using.
the energy of the bond is what they're concerned about and how you're how they see it.
Yeah.
And you obviously time flows differently.
Yeah.
Between the Feywild and the Prime Material Plane, but also these are ancient beings, so they may well be very aware of the fall of the Ethereans and what that did, because these aren't. It's not just a different plane of existence; it's like a different layer. So, if something happens on the Prime Material Plane of such a vast cataclysmic scale like the Fall, which I'm well aware you guys know very little about. That's why we're touching on it, sort of now. Think of this as a bit of a lore dump as well. So that's why I want you to make notes so that you've got points to start looking up in the future. There were repercussions that echoed throughout the different layers. So the Feywild was affected just as much as your world was. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So everything we've done up till now with Shadow has been positive. It's been good for the.
As far as you're aware, but it's positive intentions. Is that what you want to convey?
Yes.
Right, then, as you're speaking about the history of your use, I will allow either a history or persuasion check. Your choice, and you choose who rolls.
I've got +4 persuasion.
I have +8 persuasion.
8.
Yeah.
Go on that.
Paraniti?
What's your history and persuasion?
Yeah, nah. +1, +0 for history, and Shadow. +1 history, +1 persuasion. Nah.
Go +8 persuasion. Go.
Yep.
How have you
Okay.
got such a good persuasion?
In it.
Same.
Fuck.
Hey.
Okay, so you speak of the difference between bonds forged for companionship and protection versus the assumed arrogance of ancient powers seeking dominance. You argue this bond is a shield against darkness, not a tool for ambition, like those who cause the fool. This distinction seems to resonate with the Eldarin Knight who looks towards the Arbiter expectantly. So you're basically saying this is a good thing. We're using it for good rather than being corrupted or for our own gains.
Yeah.
Shut up, Agami! I can't stand him.
Probably we did, but my brain just don't work like that, mate.
There's a lot going on.
My memory's just like.
Okay. So with the third test, the Arbiter raises his hand again and says, your answers show consideration, if not complete understanding, but the bond's stability under duress remains untested. Face now the echoes of the untamed Feywild. Show us synergy, control, resilience. Prove this bond is more than mere sentiment.
Fucking hell, what we're gonna go into battle now?
Let's all hug.
Oh yeah. Hey, Mr. Arbiter, give us a kiss. Come on.
It's time to hug, guys. Come on. Oh fuck! No.
What's that? What is that? What is that?
That's a dirty great spider.
What is that?
Oh.
Is that a
fish?
wolf?
Is that a fish? That looks like fish.
Okay,
like
if you
a
could
merman.
roll initiative for me, please.
Fuck. Oh God! See, I roll bad on the initiative.
Fuck.
Well,
So,
Oh, it's a spider.
yeah.
as he says,
Yeah.
prove the bond is more than mere sentiment. He waves his hand, and coalescing, like almost out of light, these creatures start to form. Two closest to you look like normal dogs at first glance, and then you
That's
see
clearly a fish.
a large. Zoom in. It's not a fish.
Green hag.
A large spider appears
Come in.
Oh God, who's that?
at your door.
Yeah, who it? Oh, what the? Have they locked themselves? Oh, one sec. Kids
It's mine.
bloody come back from the bloody hell.
Is my microphone better now?
Yeah, it's fine.
Good.
So, yeah, you see a large spider
Fish wolf.
coalesce, and a large, tall humanoid with overly long limbs, and very long claw-like fingers.
Yeah,
and a
in
big,
that one.
big long nose, looking like
Is it Auntie Ethel?
a. Not quite.
Oh fuck!
Maybe a bit more powerful.
Ah!
Roblin, you're up next. Paranuti, you're up now.
Back.
You alright?
Yeah, the kids went out the front earlier, so the back door was locked, so they couldn't get in.
Okay. Combat has begun.
What?
Perony.
Oh,
Always eating snacks.
wait a minute. Are these things gonna attack us?
What
Yeah,
things?
because one of us is always eating.
You're
Tom,
in
why
combat
these
with.
things-
I got
This is the second test.
Bojangles,
Ooh,
Look,
nice.
What? Why are they gonna attack us?
which
Though?
is
They don't even- what?
it's kind of similar to KFC, but
Are they
the
attacking?
chicken has a bit more flavor to it.
Hello,
It's
why
a
are they
little bit
attacking?
spicier.
Why is who attacking?
Them.
This is our test.
Right, the three at the bottom that were judging you aren't
Yeah.
involved in this combat.
Yeah.
This is your second test, the test of strength that he mentioned at the beginning.
Fine.
It says the bond between you and Shadow, the stability of it under duress, i.e., stressful situations, remains untested.
Don't you?
But I
you
don't
tell
kind
him
of
to throw
don't want to
disperser
hurt
in
those
there.
dogs. I'll hurt the green hag and the spider, but I kind of don't want to hurt the dogs.
Oh, we're gonna have to.
Okay, I'm gonna shoot that thing. Ugly bitch. Bow of Hunter.
Damn. Okay.
Good hit.
Wow.
Nice.
Second attack again. My bow.
Who keeps clicking on something?
I don't know.
Oh, it's me. Oh, yeah, it's me.
That's the
Oh, same. 28.
same roll. Yeah.
Awesome.
Oh, damage.
Then
Good
I'm
swarm.
gonna add my
Hello,
swarm
T1.
onto it. Gathered swarm.
Hello.
Shit, I can't. Never mind.
Why not?
Too far away.
Ugh,
Range
do
is
it.
only 5 feet.
It shouldn't be.
It is.
I mean, it's a swarm, so it could probably fly to
It
anywhere.
can.
It
Wait, wait.
should be able-
2
It's 20
seconds,
feet.
maybe. Just wait. Don't do anything else.
I won't. I'm not doing anything.
All right.
That's 25 feet.
Thanks, Lex. Oh. Thank you.
Right, try it now.
Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, 1. Okay. Well, better than nothing. Right. And turn.
Robin's turn.
It's pretty good, yeah.
Really good.
Your mic's off, mate.
Sorry. Right. I have to storm in and I. We're gonna. Okay. Come on.
That's a hit.
I'm actually gonna. Use that on myself.
Yep.
Oh, I used it on him. Whoops.
Oh, yeah, so you did. Right, hang on.
Okay, didn't boss to him, man. Well done, Nosy. Oh,
No,
affecting
I was
you?
watching a movie.
no.
Oh, for fuck's sake, why not?
Could you refund me my box to magic and I'll do it on myself.
Done.
Cool. There we go. And then, do a swoon.
Oh, yeah, 1d3. It worked. That's good.
Sweet.
That's a hit.
And with that, I end my turn.
Okay.
It's his doggy's turn. Blink dog.
Hmm. Hmm.
So is this like their version of like goals that they can like just bring out for like these kind of tests?
Say that again, sorry?
Is this their version of like a goal or something that they can bring out just for like these kinds of tests?
The fuck?
You don't know.
Okay.
What's the matter, baby?
It just teleported.
It just appeared behind Shadow.
It's a blink dog, that's what they do.
Oh, he's so cute. Aww. Oh my god. He showed me his booty. What a surprise. Got a little treat. Oh shit. Oh. Speaking of what?
Hold on. Why does Shadow not take any damage?
Because he's a master.
I'm baking cookies.
Hell yeah.
M&M chocolate chip.
Oh, M&M chocolate chip.
Okay, that's his turn. Shadow's turn.
Okay. Where the fuck's he gone now? Oh, he's there. Right, Shadow first attack. Bite! Oh, fuck.
Was not hit.
The fuck? Oh,
You rolled a 3. What did that hit?
oh. Shut up!
That hits.
Alright, that's all he can do. Bless him. End turn.
He should not be prone because he made his saving throw. So take that off. Okay. Hmm.
Look here now.
Weird. Okay, so you're going to make an attack against Gwen. Shocker. Seven points of damage. Therewith. Gwen should be prompted for a saving throw,
Yes.
and she failed. So you take 4 points of damage as she unleashes in a
I
language
cannot bear
in a language you don't understand. She basically takes the piss out of you. Okay,
I love that for her.
it's her turn. Gwen's turn.
Great. Okay. So I'm going to punch her, probably, with a blade in my hand. I'm going to use Shadow Fang. Oh, hold on. I gotta select her first. Shadow Fang.
It hits.
And then I'm going to use Whisper Blade.
Also hits. Okay.
And then I will end my turn.
Okay. Hold on a minute. chat can't really see. That. I don't know why that was off the screen, actually. Apologies, chat. There you go. You should be able to see it a bit better now. Yeah, there we go. You can see whose turn it is. The top of the screen was missing. They couldn't see it. Okay. So that's his turn. The spider scuttles forward up to Romlin.
Don't you fucking attack me, you ugly fuck.
That's an ability check, mate. It won't help him much in combat, but I appreciate it. Okay, so that's a hit, which means Robin needs to make a save.
Just waiting for that to. There we go.
He succeeds, so he takes 5 poison damage instead of 10. Okay.
I'm actually resistant to poison.
That would have taken that into account then.
Okay.
Yeah. Because it halved it, because you passed.
Yep.
And then it halved it again, because I actually rolled 20, so you took 5.
Let's go.
No, I can't add a combat reroll, mate.
That'd be too OP.
Yeah, that's too overpowered. Maybe in certain circumstances. But,
Like when we're fucking dying.
or they're
I'm
up against-
dead.
Like, if it was a boss fight, like a massive fight, like say the Calder fight, then perhaps, but not in this instance. What is that? Oh,
Don't start doing that.
well,
Oh, I found something that will kill you.
so, as it bites Romlim and you feel the venom go into your bloodstream, even though you are resistant to it. So you shrug off most of it, but you still it still burns you slightly. The spider then, I mean, it seems to be made of pure light anyway, but then it sort of like phases out slightly. So it's still there, but it's sort of phasing in and out,
Great.
as you can probably see.
Just what I want to see.
Yeah. Clarity, you're up. Did you just move?
Heaven's Blade. What?
Did you just move?
Yes.
Vanilla.
What?
Or you
Wait.
moved out of the range of the blink dog that's behind?
Yeah, put it in the
so
microwave
it
for like
gets an
15
attack of
seconds.
opportunity.
Yeah.
It misses.
What the fuck? How? I wasn't even going for that.
Doesn't matter.
Oh, whatever.
Right. It was. No, listen. Behind Gwen is a dog. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, which was also within 5 feet of you. So technically, you were in melee of that. You moved out of its melee, so it gets an attack of opportunity. It missed, so it's not done any damage to you. But that's how combat works.
Oh, okay. Oh, whatever.
Miss or no? Hang on, I'm slowing down. Have you attacked once or twice?
Yeah, twice. Did that one miss as well at 14?
I've only got one attack. Oh no, Rolled 11 the first time and 14 the second time.
Yeah. Is that a miss?
Yeah. But you've got one
Shit.
more attack off your offhand.
Are you fucking kidding me? What the fuck is the... Oh, whatever.
Robin's turn. Your mic's off again, mate.
Right. Do I dare attack the spider? I'm going to go to rage, I think.
Okay, Robin rages.
And I'm going to infuse my crescent thing. With that.
Oh, no, he can throw his fucking great axe like Thor's hammer.
Oh, yeah. Let's
Right.
go. Natural 20.
Damn.
Nice.
29 to hit. Fucking hell.
Bosh. What a hit that is.
Fucking hell.
Go again.
Fuck me.
OP as fuck this thing.
Okay.
Go for 10.
Damn.
And with that, I end that awesome turn.
Fucking hell.
I wish you'd rolled that 29 on this fucking hag thing. God.
That was a good turn.
Shadow's turn.
First attack.
Okay. To hit.
And second
Just-
attack.
Whoa. There's nothing to attack, you just obliterate it.
Oh.
He can move. He should get advantage on that.
I'll see. Yeah.
Fucking natural 20. Oh, fuck me. Alright. Shadow just obliterated the other one.
End turn. Oh god, it's her go.
Back in a second. Hang on. There's something really fucking loud outside.
Boo.
Festival, so loud, man.
Festival.
Yeah, there's a festival.
Oh, that's
It's,
cute.
it's a little shitty one.
Gwen, it should be asking you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh. God.
Okay. Yeah, you took no damage. Fuck's sake.
I'm gonna move myself to the backside of her, which means that I don't take a attack of opportunity, but that gives me advantage.
Yep.
So I'm gonna use Shadow Thing.
It's definitely a hit. Jesus Christ.
Now we're getting somewhere. Let's go. Okay. And then I'm gonna use Whisper Blade. Attack.
Critical hit.
And I will in my turn. Thank you.
Oh, that was shit. Okay. So, just as you begin to get the upper hand against the hag and her, well, you killed the blink dogs. A ripple distorts the air near the ancient glowing trees at the edge of the glade. With a faint tearing sound, another monstrous spider, its fangs dripping with venom, phases into reality, its multiple eyes fixing on Paraniti.
Hmm.
You alright? Yeah, what's up?
Ugh!
Mm.
That one's green. Why is it green?
It just is.
Would you like some?
Critical hit.
Fuck off. I mean, oh no.
You're so nice to me. No. 8 damage. But you need to make a Constitution saving throw.
Would I do that?
It should say in the chat, little thing up here.
It's got a grey box.
You just click on it. There'll be a little dice next to it.
No.
Romlin, when your mic's off again. When you got hit by the spider and it asked you to make a Constitution saving throw, how did you do it?
I
There you go.
clicked. Yeah, I clicked the button.
What button though?
So
It
you've done
says
it.
like where you've got on the right.
Over in the
chat
attack-
screen.
You've done it. It's fine.
Have I?
Yeah, it just did it. It just rolled. You failed.
Oh,
You rolled a 6.
amazing.
Okay. Now it's Paraniti's turn. Your mic's off again, mate.
It's not my turn.
Don't know. I could see your lips moving. I thought you were talking to us.
No.
No, okay. That's a hit. Nice. Full damage. Another hit. Nice. That's also a hit. Fucking hell. Apparently he's just gone mental because the thing bit her. She doesn't like spiders anyway. Fuck me. Well, that's gone from full hit points to 1. Oh, that's going to probably die now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had 1 hit point left and your Gathered Storm finished it off. Apparently you went, don't fucking bite me, you bastard! It's like, ah! 32 hit points in one round. Bang, 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 bang. Apparently you just did the Dungeons & Dragons equivalent of twatting it with a shoe. Right,
It was,
Romlin, you're up.
Right.
No. Okay. That spider lasted long, didn't it? That was a challenging fight. It's a hit. It's better than to attack Paraniti. Right, that's another one dead. Great.
Then I'm gonna use my axe and swing it Throw it across the
You
room.
can walk. You can walk over there.
He doesn't need to. He can just fucking lob it from where he is.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
It's a miss. That's what you get for being a smart ass.
Fuck, I'm still gonna fucking walk over there. Just fucking bound over.
Hello.
Hello. Yeah. Just give it a wave and then end the turn.
Right. Suddenly,
oh fuck.
the shimmering phase sky above the glade tears.
What the fuck are we tearing for?
Oh, so we don't have to kill the hag?
Not physically, but like fracturing glass, colours bleeding into impossible, sickening hues. A wave of profound wrongness washes through the glade, a psychic static mixed with the chilling scent of entropy and dust. The ground trembles, not with impact, but with a deep grating shudder that resonates in your bones. The ancient trees groan, and cracks of pure void-like darkness flicker across their bark before vanishing. Shadow howls, a sound of pain and warning, instinctively shielding Paraniti. The Fey representatives stagger, their forms flicking wildly. The Dryad Elder shouts out, her voice laced with horror. The seals! One weakens! The echoes, they reach even the gloom. Another tear in the weave. The Elder in Night, regaining his composure, cries out sharply. Zurakan's prison falls. This is the chaos the courts feared. Quickly, observe the bond. How does it react? Bear with me.
The bond is strong with this one.
Oh god. Oh no.
Paraniti, it should have, if you look in the chat box, it should have requested a roll from you. You're fine. You sense psychic feedback through the bond with Shadow, but you're unaffected. I need all of you
Fuck. What the fuck?
you roll for Shadow as well.
Keep your way to yourself, sir.
Okay. Shadow and
What?
Romlin.
Yeah, it did. The fuck?
Identify the energy that surged through as intensely chaotic, entropic, ancient, and linked to planar instability.
Hmm?
The energy that, because of the tear in the sky, and the energy that shot through the bond, they identify it as intensely chaotic and entropic, ancient, and linked to planar instability.
Man, you can see her booty cheeks on her skirt. Shit.
So the Fae recover themselves, and the Eladrin steps forward. The breaking seals dwarf this transgression. Your bond reacted intensely. Perhaps it is fated. The bond remains, but you are now charged. Investigate this planar wound. Seek the source of Zurakan's stirring. Fail, and the courts will rectify your existence.
Fucking hell.
Man, why did we get dragged into this?
And then the Gale Arbiter, he holds both his arms up, and the lights around him flare. bathing the glade in blinding radiance that forces you to shield your eyes.
I can't see.
The judgment is rendered. For now, its voice echoes, seeming to vibrate not just in your minds, but through the very air and stone around you. Such instability, the barrier's thin, ancient wounds fester. There's a pause filled with a tension that feels older than the mountains. The echoes of past arrogance resonate, threatening to unleash older sorrows. Balance is fragile. The Arbiter doesn't simply fade. It implodes into a silent starburst of pure light, washing over you with a feeling of immense ancient power and profound cold that vanishes as quickly as it came. As its light vanishes, the stars visible through the canopy momentarily flare and rearrange themselves into an unfamiliar complex constellation before snapping back to their normal positions. A fleeting, impossible sight burned into your memory. Simultaneously, the Dryad Elder sinks back into the earth beneath the trees, leaving behind a single perfect flower of emerald moss, pulsating faintly where she stood. The Eladrin Knight gives a sharp, final, unreadable look towards Shadow, and shatters into 1,000 points of starlight, out one by one.
I didn't hear that.
Which bit?
The last bit.
It says, simultaneously, the Dryad Elder sinks back into the earth beneath the central tree, leaving behind a single perfect flower of emerald moss, pulsating faintly where she stood. The Eladrin Knight gives a sharp, final, unreadable look towards Shadow, then shatters into 1,000 points of starlight that wink out one by one. The otherworldly glade collapses back into reality with a sound like tearing fabric and the distant grinding of stone. You find yourself standing in the familiar woods. The air still thrumming with residual energy. The ground where the Nexus overlaid reality feels unnaturally cold, marked by the emerald flower left by the Dryad. Shadow whines softly, pressing close to Paraniti. The bond between you feeling both stronger and somehow more exposed, more attuned to the world's hidden patterns. The Fae are gone. The impossible stars are hidden by the mundane night sky once more. But the chilling implication of the Arbiter's warning, the memory of that alien constellation, and the tangible strange moss flower serve as stark reminders of the forces you've encountered and a precarious state of the world. The path ahead seems the same, yet everything feels profoundly more dangerous and uncertain. Also, laying on the ground next to the flower that slowly begins to fade, you notice a ring that wasn't there previous, or you didn't notice it previously, but there is a ring there.
It's a very nice ring. Can I have a look at it?
You pick it up?
Yeah, I'm gonna have a look at it.
Okay, you take 10d10 fire damage.
Okay.
No, it's a ring. It feels a lot lighter than a normal ring would in your hand. It's got a red encrusted gems all the way around it, and it's a kind of, it's not white gold. It looks like trapped moonlight. It's the only way you can describe it.
Can we inspect it to see what it does?
Well, as it's the end of this day, you could make camp. And do you have identify as a spell?
I do.
That can be cast ritually if you take 10 minutes during your long rest. If you want to make camp now, guys.
Yes, let's make camp.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So you make camp. Paraniti, you setting up the usual wards.
Mm-hmm.
So as Paraniti wards the camp in the evening, Gwen sits down and focuses on the ring. It doesn't have a name. But considering its origin, you feel that Shadow Ring is an apt description for it. And this ring gives you +1 to stealth and allows you to cast invisibility once per day.
I think I need that. Because my stealth rolls are shit.
And it's at this moment, Paraniti, it's at this moment that you feel a slight bulging in your pocket.
Whoa! Jesus.
Girl.
Turns out you're a man the entire time.
I think we need to be talking about something.
You find in your pouch, sort of suddenly fills, an empty pouch fills, and there's a clinking sound, and you have a look, and there's approximately 150 gold pieces there.
Woo. So they just gave us 150 gold?
You guess so.
Okay.
Kinky indeed.
Yeah.
Love that.
Right. It's 10 o'clock, so we're going to take our break. Ads will run during the break, as will clips. Enjoy those, and we'll be back in about 15 minutes as you guys take a long rest, and we continue. If that's all right with everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll quickly roll for,
Yep.
for the long rest.
Yeah, you guys do what you need to do that way. Right.
Oh, yeah.
See you everyone in a minute. Ah! Oh! Oh! Fuck off! Where the fuck are where are the knives?
Why aren't you coming?
I don't want to. You scare me. Leave me alone.
Rebecca.
No, Rebecca's not here right now. Okay? Very busy. I've told you before about disturbing me at work.
Rebecca.
No, it's not my name. Not today, anyway. Fuck. Down here.
Why aren't you coming?
Because I'm working.
Bum, bum, bum. Well, there's no helicopters over here. Ah, fuck me! You asshole. Fuck. I need more beavers.
Your guts cramp, your stomach churns, and your nerves burn with a pain that would almost be pleasurable were it not so savage.
Stop making the damn thing!
He's singing to me!
He just...
Go away! Ah! I saw his arse cheeks!
Hey, do you like jazz?
I am toast.
I can't believe that works so well. How does it track your fingers? Oh, that looks so
haptic
weird.
gloves on.
Your body's turned.
Yeah. Oh, stop it. No. It's like AI trying to do art.
Got like 20 fingers. Oh,
Oh, that's
yes.
just beautiful. Beautiful.
Yeah.
She's still trying.
No, no,
Piano.
no.
How do I we got the bunny girl as well.
Fucking fight this piano.
No, look. There's a wolf pet woman over here riding a wolf.
Yeah, we put the statue. And then they got this as well.
That's Little Red Riding Hood. There's a rug. Uh-oh. You say fuck you in your pee bowl?
I'm glad she said pee bowl and not pee hole.
fuck you in your pee hole with a rusty coat hanger. Oh God, it's Nan again. Hi Nan. I would if I could. Go around the back or the front. Where have your eyeballs gone? Whoa, whoa.
Whoa. Oh, you hiding?
It's in there. It's in that.
Yeah. Eat. Fuck this, I'm having it. I can't open the door. You still.
Who did it kill?
Reza.
Fuck.
We're such brave, honourable men. Throw the woman first. Throw the woman in front of him.
The woman's being attacked. Run away. She's like, let me in the water. No, fuck off. You deal with it.
Push the woman in front of him.
Single one of you.
Oh, that's funny.
Ah! I'm fucking lost. Ah! Ah, fuck you! Ah, you can't fuck! Ah, you bastard!
Nom.
No. On my main, the DM version, and there's a distinct difference in the lag, several seconds. So I'm going to leave it as it is, but that does mean that unless it's if it's important for the scene, I'll switch sources. For the sake of chat, this is what Tibor texted me this morning. Where is it? 8:34 AM. In my dream, you peed on me. So the house was on fire and I was asleep. The only way you could think of to wake me up was to pee on me, and you laughed whilst doing so. Strange, I actually felt the warmth from it. I had a sensory deprivation, which is odd. That's what he sent me this morning. Oh God! I don't like it. Oh fucking hell! God! Oh God! What's happening? Oh no! What's going on? Oh!
I hear words worthy of a founder of the Alliance.
Fuck!
Ralbon, are we to be outdone?
Please, just shut up. Stop her talking, for fuck's sake. Don't laugh creepily again.
One homeland.
Oh, there's one behind us too.
Yeah. You only just spotted that. You only just spotted that.
Yeah. God damn it.
Yes? Oh, fuck you! Oh my God! Jesus fucking Christ, Santa, you're starting to piss me off now, man.
Why aren't you coming?
What? Oh God.
Rebecca!
Hi. Santa Claus, you fucking asshole. Oh, you fat cunt! You
fucking wait till I see you in town tomorrow. Oh, I don't care if you're in your grotto with the fucking elves and all them kids, I'm gonna stab you in the face. Oh. Mm. Fucking hell.
Romlin lowers his pants and starts to piss. On the head, by Megama's request.
What are you on about? There was no piss.
Whilst
carry on.
the girls are investigating the room, Romlin decides to urinate on the severed head of his former party member. Roll a dexterity check.
Ability check, yeah.
Yeah, dexterity ability, yeah. 16. With practiced aim, he gets first in one eyeball, then the other, and then in the mouth with a impressive, powerful stream. Almost knocking the head over.
Alright.
Oh, fuck. Oh, what the fuck are you... No! No, Santa, please. No, don't... Why? Oh, I'm going there, have I? Are you pointing to it? He is. Fucking hell. Ah, you... Oh! Fuck you!
Please give me lots of ammo. Stop giving me credits. I can hear bad things. Ah! Ah! That was good though.
All grumpy.
Get ready to die. I'm coming for you. Hello.
Oh,
that's so funny.
Oh, jumped. Is this?
Alright, let's get one of these.
Yeah.
Oh! Fuck you now. That
looks so funny.
Jesus. That was fucking chomping on me like a... Okay, I'll see you later. Bye-bye.
Ah! Fuck! Oh! What other tools are there? Whoa!
Fucking... Oh my god. I couldn't quite help but notice the painting in your room as I accidentally walked in there.
Yeah, that's well, some old comrades.
It was very nice.
I think some of them not with us anymore, sadly, but
that's a shame.
As she talks to herself as you just walk down the stairs.
That's a shame. That's a shame.
He just walked off.
It was an accident.
She's like, yeah, she's opening up old wounds here. It's like, oh yeah, there's a picture of all your dead friends there. And she's like, yeah, it's really sad. And you're like, oh, well. I just wander down the stairs. She's like, oh,
just spat my drink out over my laptop.
Ronan walks up the stairs and just casually leans against the wall. Yes, you were saying about like your dead friend.
Hold on, are you ready, Nosy?
Right,
on
ready?
go. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, fucking hell, I'm slow as shit.
Right,
you got all the single ladies? Okay, Okay, we'll stop. And then, ready? On go. 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, look at the timing. Oh, look at us all. Yeah.
No, don't clip it. You don't need to. It's fine. Alright. I know he's below me. Oh, fucking, my hands are sweating. Is it 12 o'clock yet?
Outstanding patriotisms.
Nice.
Yeah, good game. Yeah, GG boys,
Level up.
GG. Hey,
Yeah.
That's
yeah,
good
I'm,
today, actually. We've leveled up quite a few times.
I'm Space Chief
Oh,
Prime
oh,
plus 2.
yes!
Yeah. Clip that shit.
God,
Let's
clip
go.
it, Nosy, clip
It
it.
makes you wonder whether they rebalanced the.
Shit.
That laugh.
Did we die?
Did we all die?
I don't know.
It looked like
No.
it. In the chat box, it said we all died.
I think I'm the only one that lived.
You did not.
No,
Someone didn't make it. Nosy died.
How the fuck did you kill me?
I got to clip that one. Welcome back, boys and girls. As you can see, several members of our party are still AFK, but that's okay. Romlim is doing Romlim things, and Paraniti is making popcorn.
It's probably
There she is. There he is. They have returned.
I thought you were pissing on the festival.
I just took washing off the line, and I can hear the festival. Is that the one at the football stadium?
You're muted.
Oh, for fuck's sake, man! This microphone pisses me off. Yeah, it's so fucking loud. Like, unbelievably loud.
Okay. Everyone good? Your mic's muted, baby.
Don't do it, mate.
Sorry, didn't realise we were back.
That's all right. That's at the football stadium, Magana.
Yeah.
It's in the football stadium. But it's not as popular as they were expecting.
Is it not?
No. Well, then tickets were like 70 quid a pop, but no one wants to pay it for people, bands they've never heard of.
Well, they're tribute bands, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
Apart from Skindred.
Yeah. But it's basically a fucking, like a pub festival, but on a bigger scale.
Yeah.
Our festivals, they would never allow to be on the field like that because we hold football to a higher standard than most people's lives. So they just couldn't fathom like messing up the field for a
Oh no, they
football
put
game.
down
Football or soccer?
Even
football for
we
them,
have-
soccer for no. They're still about American football.
Yeah,
Hand
you
egg.
know.
That's what it should be called. Hand egg, because it's not
Yeah.
not ball, it's an egg.
Hand egg.
I always wondered why we called it soccer and not football because that's the one that involves feet.
I actually had an
but-
argument with an American about that because they were like, only the British call it football. Everywhere else in the world calls it soccer.
No,
And I was
we're
like,
literally
actually-
the only ones that don't.
Here's a map. Here's a helpful diagram that shows you how many people call it soccer. It's more than just a state.
Dense.
Yeah.
It's just like Americans are so disconnected from the rest of the world. We think that everyone is just like
Don't.
American. And it's like, no. We're the weird ones on literally everything except for like inside of America. We're just big enough that like people understand it.
I've seen an American call out an English person for putting a U in colour.
And they're like, you can't even spell colour, learn to write English. And they were like, really? We invented the fucking language.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, sometimes I spell it with a U. In favorite, I spell with a U. Other people don't do that here.
Yeah, it's just nature for us. Yeah, but they put down like big plastic. I'm guessing it's plastic things over the pitch. They're not standing on grass. They're standing on like a raised bit. That covers
Even the
entire pitch.
you know, like the fake fields, the turf fields that aren't like actually, even that they couldn't imagine.
Yeah, see, all of our football grounds now have to have actual turf. They got rid of fake turf a while back. It's part of the rules.
Oh, really?
Playing in the leagues, yeah.
Our high school is because it's less maintenance.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Water. Yeah. Okay.
Bottle of water.
So, you awake the next day. So you awake as dawn's first grey light filters through the trees. The familiar sounds of the woods return, but the air still thrums with subtle, lingering energy, a ghost of the profound magic you witnessed last night. Shadow stirs beside Paraniti, pressing close, his fur shimmering faintly as if holding captured moonlight. The peculiar flower of emerald moss from the dryad that you thought was fading lies clutched in your hand, a stark reminder of the impossibility you faced. The strange feeling of being watched by ancient otherworldly eyes has finally receded, replaced by a quiet sense of purpose and perhaps a charge. The Fae are gone, but their chilling warnings of weakening seals and old evils echo in your minds. So, you break camp. I'm assuming you want to press onwards?
Yes.
I'd like to.
Okay. So, as the sun climbs higher, you force yourselves onward forward, putting distance between you and the lingering echoes of the Fae. The King's Road, once a familiar path, now feels like a funnel drawing you deeper into something formidable. The rolling hills of open farmland gradually give way to more settled, cultivated lands. And then, first distant glimpse of Stonebridge. It doesn't look like a welcoming town, it looks like a fist, clenched tighter with every step you take. So, you'll be able to see it from a distance. And I know you have, well, I know Gwen has no intention of going up to the south gate. I'm assuming the rest of you can go.
We're quiet there. What was that?
The south gate.
Yeah.
Stonebridge. I'm assuming Gwen doesn't want to go up to the gate, approach the gate, as it were. And I'm assuming the others, you two, concur with that.
I agree. Yes.
Do not approach the south gate.
Okay. Well, what I'm going to do is there is a map for the south gate, so I'm going to show it to you.
Ooh.
Because there's a bit of spiel to go with it that highlights the situation.
So I was patting my belly.
Oh wow. Loads of people there.
There's a fucking guy with a green wand.
Oh.
I've paused it just in case you decide to take any closer steps.
I know we don't want to do that.
If you zoom in,
I don't want to either.
you have to see.
Oh, that's creep. He's got like a. Oh.
Green glowing wand.
I want that robe though.
That looks like a staff.
Yeah.
That's a cool
zoom in for
robe.
the
That's a nice
benefit.
robe, yeah.
There you go.
I've got to admit,
We need to approach with severe caution and always be on edge.
These models are fantastic.
Yeah,
Zoom
they
in
are.
if you want to get a better look. I'll leave it like that for the chat. Okay. Stonebridge looms on the horizon. Not a town, but a veritable fortress under absolute martial law. The south gate typically a bustling artery of trade, is now a brutal display of controlled power. It is not merely reinforced, it is barricaded with iron-bound timber and bristling with sharpened pikes, forming an impenetrable wall of stone and steel. The air here is thick with unspoken tension, heavy with the scent of unwashed bodies, raw timber, and the subtle chilling tang of fear. The gate is manned exclusively and densely by grim-faced, gilded-mantled soldiers, their dark plate and burnished serpent sigils glinting under the sun. There are at least a dozen or more visible at any one time, forming a disciplined phalanx. Their movements precise, their expressions cold and utterly devoid of mercy. Their vigilance is absolute, their eyes unblinking, scanning every face, every cart, every shadow, with meticulous predatory scrutiny. They are hunting. Posted not just prominently, but plastered across every available surface, the gatehouse walls, the barricades, even nailed to nearby trees, and numerous wanted notices. Each one features a shockingly accurate sketch of your faces.
Oh.
There is no mistaking it.
Shit.
Below your likenesses, the charges are stark and damning. Sedition, murder of civic officials, conspiracy against the Mercantile Council, theft of sensitive documents. Bounty, emblazoned in bold, undeniable script, screams its threat. 1,000 gold pieces per head, they are dead or alive. A direct approach to this gate would be to confront an overwhelming force. Gilded mantle soldiers, numerous and disciplined, operate under strict orders to apprehend or eliminate you on sight, with your faces prominently displayed on every wanted notice. Any attempt at conversation will be met with an immediate, non-negotiable demand for surrender or a swift lethal attack. To brave this cordon would be knowingly pit yourselves against a force fully prepared to enact the bounty on your heads. What would you like to do?
Well, first of all, my dad is not going to be happy about this when he sees it. Oh. He's going to be real pissed.
So, I'll assume for the purposes, this map was just sort of highlight where you're at. This is just outside the gate. You can see the gate at the bottom. There, it's closed. Sorry, you can't see what I'm doing. There, the gate is closed. There are a lot of defenders, crossbowmen, at least one mage, and you can see peasants or commoners, some with horses, cattle, being scrutinized one by one before they're allowed entry.
Thank you, Laura. What? No, thank you.
What would you like to do?
Go to the east gate.
Yeah, not approach the south gate.
Agreed.
Straight away. Run away! You don't want to fight? I've got a combat. I've got a combat encounter ready if you want to go for it.
No!
Nah, you're alright.
I want to go to the east gate.
Are you sure? It's a good fight. It's a good combat.
What? Both.
I've made it fair, honest.
No.
No, I don't believe you.
Spoil sports. I think you might last maybe 2 turns if you're lucky.
Oh.
Before you don't. That's just the front bit. I've got shit on the battlements. You get shot by a ballista if you don't care.
Wow, shit.
Right. Okay. So you'd like to divert from the main road to reach the other
To
gate.
the east gate.
I didn't understand a word of that.
To the east gate.
I'm trying to converse with T-Ball.
Don't insult me like that.
Right. So to reach the east gate, you've got to leave the King's Road. So what I would need is checks. you lot.
Creepy new.
So, first
Nothing
up.
can be a simple walk.
Nope. First up, and I'll explain why we're doing this. It's a stealth check, and this is in order to slip off the main road and begin circling the city without drawing immediate attention from distant patrols or watchful locals.
Fuck. Get a reroll. Get a roll. Get a reroll. There is a reroll there.
2 rerolls. Bear in mind, this is a group check, so you're looking at the consensus, the overall.
The overall's pretty
Taking
good.
an average. So if someone wants to use a reroll, you're more than welcome to, or you can use both if you want to. This isn't the only check, I will warn you now.
Yeah, do one reroll.
Don't use them.
Don't
Ours
use
are
them?
high enough.
Okay. Okay.
What?
Okay.
I
Well,
rolled a 27. Mine's high enough. It'll offset. It'll be okay.
I hope so.
okay.
Bear with me. According to this, the average is 18, so that is a success. So yeah, this is to slip off the main road and begin circling the city without drawing immediate attention from distant patrols or watchful locals. So you've succeeded, because a failed check would indicate a patrol spots distant movement. Because obviously they're not just watching the people immediately in front of them, they're watching the entire road, and you are on the road, even at a distance. They might not know who it is, but if they see a group of figures suddenly go shit and then run to the side. So that one's fine. So now the next check. Again, it's a group one. And this is problem.
I'm gonna use that reroll.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think averagely we'll need it on this.
Yeah.
I'm really glad I'm not the only one that just eats a tortilla. I love them so much. I'll just sit and like eat them by themselves.
Did you do a reroll?
No, what is it? Survival?
Mm-hmm. That's actually worse.
Second one.
Do you have one more reroll?
One more. Go. Yeah, let's go.
Oh. Okay.
So that's 11, 15, 14, and 14. Oh, just. So this is to efficiently navigate a hidden path or less travelled farm track around the city's perimeter, avoiding more obvious routes. So that's fine. You've made that one.
Okay, pause.
Okay.
Sorry.
T-ball, don't worry. We're just pissing about, mate.
If I use disguise self on myself to not look like me, can I roll these with advantage?
Roll what with advantage?
These checks that you have.
It depends on the check.
Okay.
Because the stealth check, it wouldn't have given you advantage on that. Because that wasn't to pretend you're not you. That was to get off of the path without being noticed.
Right.
And the second check was a survival check, to efficiently navigate a path to the west gate from where you are.
Right.
So looking like someone else wouldn't have made any difference in that role.
Right.
So if
Right.
you use disguise self and it's going to benefit the role, then absolutely you'd get advantage.
Okay.
How long does disguise self last?
1 hour.
Okay, if you want to do it now, then you're more than welcome to.
I'll do it later.
Would it last
later.
until we get to the gate?
Yeah, depending on how well till you get to the gate, but it depends how long the queue is to get in.
Right, okay. Will it hinder us if the guy at the gate does not see us as who we are?
You don't know.
Well, I still got 2 that look like they're supposed to, so
All you know is that what Lyris told you is that they have a friend at the gate who will allow you passage if you provide the right words with the token that she gave you.
it doesn't matter. Okay.
But yeah, that's all you know.
Okay. I'm gonna hold that there.
Okay.
And I'll use it if I feel like it's relevant.
Yep, not a problem.
Okay.
How long does it take to cast?
It doesn't say.
It should do.
Hold on.
Is it a spell, yeah?
Yeah.
Casting time is an action, so
Oh, okay.
10 seconds. That's fine.
Okay.
Lasts an hour. Yeah. I won't go too much into spell components unless it's necessary for the plot,
Okay.
because there are 3 different types of spell, or use 3 different things. So you've got verbal, semantic, and ingredients, basically. But if you're silenced, I won't let you cast a verbal spell. If you're bound, it's basically you've got one that you speak aloud and use gestures, like hand things, in order to cast it. And if you're bound and gagged, you can't do that. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's not just, oh, I can cast magic, I can do what I want. It doesn't work like that. There are ways of doing it. Unless you've got a wand, in which case you can do it if you're silenced.
Right.
But if you don't have your hands free, then you can't cast ones that need gestures. If you haven't got the ingredients, technically you shouldn't be able to cast those sort of spells. But I tend to waive that one a little bit because it just bogs it down. That's a bit like encumbrance rules and shit. But if it's a spell that requires a rare ingredient, like, I don't know, fucking dragon sperm, then I will make sure that you go and milk a dragon before you can cast that spell.
I don't want to have to milk a dragon.
Well, hopefully that won't come up. Get it?
Is that a
Up.
thing? Like, is that
No.
an actual ingredient? Okay.
No, but like dragon scales, like a dragon tooth, that sort of thing. These ingredients could be purchased, but they're not common. And even if you could find someone that sells them, it wouldn't be cheap. But for the spells that you have, most of the ingredients are quite easy to get. Quite common. So, just like I don't ask you guys to buy rations for a journey, or mark off how much food you've got and water and stuff like that. I mean, I would if it was again necessary for the plot, like you were trekking through a desert or something like that. Or you
yeah.
just assume that you buy enough rations for a 4-day journey, you carry enough water for a 4-day journey. In the same way, I assume that you've got the spell components for the spells that you've got, if they're quite common. If they're not, then we have a problem, and I will discuss it with you beforehand. Don't worry.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, T-Well, thanks for that. Right, so your chosen path leads you through winding farm tracks and the edges of local woodlands, gradually circling the formidable stone walls of Stonebridge. You keep a keen eye on the distant roads and the occasional guard tower, using what cover you can find. The sounds of the city, though muted, hum with an underlying tension. After what feels like a cautious journey, the landscape shifts, and you find yourselves approaching a less travelled road leading towards the western side of the city.
To the East Gate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mainly, it's called the East Gate. I'll come up with a law, an actual in-game reason why it's called the East Gate. And it's going to be something daft, like when they built the city, the map was upside down.
Yeah.
So they thought it was the east, and it's not. It's actually on the western side. So, let's make our next round of checks. Actually, I don't need to make this check because it's perception, and I'm looking at your passive perception at the minute. Romlin's is pretty low, but the rest of you easily beat the DC on this, so we'll take that. So that one would be to spot distant patrols, local farmers, or unexpected obstacles that might compromise your discreet approach to the East Gate. So you managed to make it. So
okay.
A little bit different.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
And there you can see the ballista on the top.
Yeah. Love that for them.
Let me just zoom in for chat. Okay. To lower the volume a little bit, that is rather loud.
Oh my god.
Okay, you alright, baby?
Yep. Well, no, I'm incredibly uncomfortable, but
We can pause it
Okay.
for a sec if you want to get yourself sorted.
no, it's okay.
She says with a strange voice. That was convincing. No, it's okay. I'm fine. It's just a flesh wound. Okay. The east gate of Stonebridge is less imposing than the south, primarily handling foot traffic and smaller local carts entering from the western farmlands. However, the tension is still present. You see several standard city guards managing the flow, checking papers with weary diligence. But interspersed among them, standing slightly apart, are a few gilded mantle soldiers. Their serpent sigils prominent, their eyes scanning everyone who approaches. The wanted posters with your faces are displayed here too,
Oh.
though less prominently than at the main gate. Identifying the correct contact will require careful observation.
Mm-hmm.
So,
So it's a specific town guard captain. He's older and he's got older, slightly scuffed gauntlets with a small tarnished clasp on his cloak, and he's more focused on procedure and stuff like that. We need to approach him directly, but do not draw attention.
okay.
And when he asks for
So-
papers, we hand him the rock.
This will require a perception check on your part. Don't roll yet. In order to find you guys. You have to find the right person.
Okay.
As it's an active, you're actively looking. It won't be
Yes.
a passive perception. And again, I will take the group average.
Okay.
Yeah, you've easily passed that with those rolls.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh shit.
So, you need to watch the city guards officers managing the gate checks carefully. Amidst the guards, you seek one matching Lyris's description. An older uniform, slightly scuffed gauntlets, perhaps with a small tarnished brass clasp on their cloak. They may seem less imposing than the others, more focused on procedure than posturing, and you might notice they're deliberately avoiding interaction with the gilded mantled soldiers present. So, as you approach, and I'm going to move you all forward. You scan the guards, all of you, and all of you bar Shadow, who, to be fair, whilst he's like huge for a wolf, because he's about the size of a dire wolf, standing in front of him is a fucking horse with a cart on the back of it, and he can't quite see around it. Roblin just about manages by standing on a box. He carries around with him for just these sort of occasions. He was given to it by an elf.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Yep.
Thanks.
But you notice that there is a table of sorts near the gate, and you spot the guard you've been told to look out for checking papers there. So you identify the correct captain without issue. So, you join the short queue, trying to appear like unremarkable travellers and ignoring the watchful eyes of the gilded mantle soldiers nearby. Right, for this bit's good, for the sake of me moving things around, you've passed the checks here, so it's pointless me doing anything else. So I'm not going to move your characters just yet. I'll move you forward a bit, but I'm not going to start juggling around all these icons on the screen because it's not worth it. So we'll just assume that you're at the desk here. Okay?
Okay. Yeah.
There, you join the short queue, trying to appear like unremarkable travellers and ignoring the watchful eyes of the gilded mantle soldiers nearby. So you have hoods up, travelling cloaks, etc. Okay? They don't. I'll say with your passive perception, whilst they're looking around and wanted posters are on display, you don't get the sense of alert watchfulness that you saw from a distance at the South Gate.
Right.
As if they're expecting you to come to the South Gate. Here,
right.
They've got a few token soldiers and posters on the off chance, but no one really believes that they're going to, and you have a sort of bored alertness.
Right.
So, when it's your turn, the city guard captain with the scuffed gauntlets looks up, his expression tired but professional. Names and purpose of visit, he asks, his voice low and routine.
I pull the rock out of my pocket and I set it down with the eye facing up, and I say, the quiet stream still reaches the sea.
Okay. Following Lyris's instructions, you place the small river stone palm up on the worn wooden counter. The tiny etched eye, briefly visible in the light. You meet the captain's gaze and say clearly, a quiet stream still reaches the sea. For a moment, the captain's expression doesn't change. He glances down at the stone, and his eyes flick almost imperceptibly towards the nearest gilded mantle soldiers before returning to you. A flicker of understanding crosses his face, so subtle it's almost missed. He gives a tiny, almost imperceptible nod. Pilgrims, he mutters, already picking up his quill and scribbling names like John Miller and El Ratana onto his entry log. Visiting the Sunken Temple district, standard donation applies. Keep your heads down and cause no trouble. He subtly pushes the Riverstone back towards you with the edge of his logbook. He waves you through the gate with a dismissive gesture, turning immediately to the next person in line. Your entry barely registered amidst the routine checks. So, well done. Again, annoying because, combat encounter, but never mind. Alright, let's put the map like that. Okay. You guys, the game isn't paused. If you guys want to open the gate, you can.
You're gonna come with me? Please?
La, 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 la.
I'm gonna take a minute and I'm gonna do disguise self because I'm really fucking stressed. I'm so fucking stressed. I'm gonna be the same size and build. My hair is gonna be a jet black color. And my face is gonna be a little rounder. My ears are gonna appear more human.
Okay.
So I'll be the same size and build, but I'm gonna just change like my features minorly so I don't look like me.
Okay, that's fine.
Also, what is it we're doing here? I forgot.
You're getting into Stonebridge.
Oh.
I'm just going to speak with a high-pitched voice.
We're trying to take down the House of Vale from the inside.
My name's Romlina.
Hi, I'm a dwarf.
Roblin starts singing "Hi Ho."
Hi ho, hi ho.
Okay.
And I'm
So-
fucking Snow White.
Let's move you guys in a bit, and then I can zoom in for the sake of chat. Right. So, as the city guard captain gives his almost imperceptible nod, and waves you through, gives you a little nod.
Man, he's got that knob on him.
The heavy timbers of the east gate creak shut behind you, sealing away the scrutiny of the exterior. The air immediately shifts, growing cooler and heavier, carrying the mixed scents of damp stone, local produce, and the faint metallic tang of a working town. The oppressive, watchful tension of the checkpoint doesn't vanish. It simply diffuses into a strained quiet that permeates the small inner market. Stalls, hastily erected beneath canvas awnings, line the small square, displaying humble goods from outlying towns, hearty vegetables, rough-spun cloth, simple pottery. The usual market hum is subdued. Vendors call out their wares in hushed tones, and the clatter of coins is quiet. Farmers and traders, their faces etched with weary caution, tend to their goods, their gazes rarely meeting yours directly, preferring to track the movements of the gilded mantle. You notice a large, fresh stain of dark liquid on the cobblestones near a closed-up stall, pungent with the scent of something vaguely coppery. A regular patrol of two heavily armoured, gilded mantle soldiers, their serpent sigils gleaming, move with disciplined precision along the square. Their eyes sweep over every face, every car, every transaction, not with overt menace, but with a silent, pervasive authority that seems to subtly press down on the entire market. They exchange no words with the vendors, but their presence alone is enough to keep every head lowered, every voice hushed. As you begin to blend into the strained flow of the market, you catch sight of something new. A freshly nailed, still damp wanted poster affixed directly to the timbers just inside the gate, right beside a vendor's forgotten cart. Your faces stare out from the parchment, clearer, more vividly, more undeniably you than any you saw outside. And then, as your eyes track from the chilling accuracy of the poster back to the wary faces of the crowd, you see it. A young halfling child, no older than 7 or 8, perhaps a street urchin, clutching a worn wooden doll. Her eyes, wide and unnervingly bright, lock onto your faces on the poster, then flicker directly to you, a flash of pure, terrified recognition in their depths.
Shit.
Her small, trembling hand slowly lifts, pointing. As she opens her mouth, the sounds of the market seem to die in your ears. And that is where we're going to end it.
I'm so glad I did disguise self.
Fuck.
Hey, Joe, maybe don't do that, dude.
Okay, congratulations
God
for surviving
damn.
to the end of this arc. Boys and girls.
Yes.
I hope you enjoyed playing it as much as I enjoyed making it.
It's been very good.
Yeah.
But welcome to Stonebridge. Hello, Cat.
She's on my desk. Oh no, okay. You went down? Okay.
Right. Well, that's it for this part of the campaign. As I mentioned at the start,
we're going to take a bit of a hiatus so that Paraniti and myself can get ready for the birth of our baby boy. And obviously, when he's born, we still not want to start straight away. So we'll be down for a couple of months, I would have thought. We're looking to start up again in the summer. So looking at July, August time, depending on everyone's schedules. It will be on a Sunday as always. But yeah, that's when we'll be resuming this part of the campaign. I hope you guys have enjoyed it so far. I've really enjoyed making it and running it for you guys. And everyone at home, I hope you've enjoyed watching it. And I appreciate you guys tuning in to watch this lot fuck up all my carefully laid out plans. And destroying like 3 hits a face spider that I was hoping would do quite a lot of damage.
We're the best.
I really appreciate you stopping by, Celine. I hope you can join us when we resume. I will be putting notices on Discord as we get closer to the time, just to let people know.
I imagine you'll remind people during your stream throughout the week too.
Yeah, when it's close to the time, yeah.
Yeah.
But there's a lot for me to do, and obviously my priorities are going to be baby and things like that. So that's why it's a protracted period of time we're going to be off, so that I've got time to do everything I need to do. And it's quite a lot, to be fair.
Yeah, I have to finish the map of Valoria before we start back up.
You can do. I need to create the map of Stonebridge because it's a substantially larger place than you've ever been to. There is a lot here. On paper, it's done, but the maps are what's going to take a lot of time to create properly. And I've got all the assets for it. It's just literally time. It's all I need to finish it off and then go from there. So, yeah, I appreciate you sticking around, Celine. Thank you.
Thank you.
But yeah, no, I really appreciate you guys sticking with us throughout. It's been good fun. Finishing about an hour earlier than we normally would, so it's not too bad. We'll be streaming tomorrow, Rogue Trader. So I hope to see you then. In the meantime, take care of yourselves. Good night, all that bollocks. I shall raid out as always. So yeah, see you later.
Bye.
Ta-da.
Bye.